Y'all know nothing about this. You need to pay attention. Sit back and relax. It's time for Goodall's Country Kitchen. All right, we're down here in the epicenter of what I refer to as the Haight-Ashbury section of Bardstown Road. At the intersection of Highland Avenue, Bardstown Road, and Baxter Avenue, which most of you all longtime Louisvillians know, this was the epicenter of counterculture in the city of Louisville. The hippie movement got its start here.
If you're going to San Francisco, be sure and wear some flowers in your hair.
Modern day hippies still thrive and congregate here to this day. All right, that aside, we're here to review Jack Fry's restaurant. It's been here since 1933, I believe, and it's only been under 3 ownerships, I believe, during that whole 91 years. Todd, have you ever been here before?
Yes,
And what do you know about it?
I know that it's a pretty fancy place,
Yeah.
and the food's excellent.
Okay. How long you been coming here?
Well, I came here in 1988, and that was the last time I came here. One time since then.
Okay, what a coincidence, because the first and only time I was ever here was 1989. Came here with my aunt and uncle, John Goldberg and Rhonda Goodall, and I can actually remember I had encrusted sea bass. It was that impressive. I actually remember who I was with and what I ate. Just like one of those big 3 moments of your life that you never forget. Okay, I'm going to be on Great Day Live tomorrow morning, but this video is not going to air until tomorrow afternoon. So I hope that I will have not made a fool of myself on the Great Day Live show. But anyway, thank you all for the ones that tuned in for that. Also, I got a videoing on Wednesday with Eastern alumni Big Wayne Southers. And I'm going to be going to Nettie's on Saturday out there in Hardinsburg, a real famous soul food restaurant. Also, stick around for Thanksgiving at the Goodall House, the Goodall Family Thanksgiving 2024. I invite all my viewers to tune in for that. I'm actually going to load the video the afternoon of the Thanksgiving. There will still be people at my house for Thanksgiving when I upload the video. So whether you're with other family or you're alone and nobody to be with, I want you to tune in and share your Thanksgiving day with the Goodall family. Okay, I have some shout outs that I got to give. Shout out, thank you to Myra and her dad, Travis Berwick. They sent $5. Tammy Rogers, thank you, sent another 25. The Duran family sent me 10. Jessica Cavell and her husband from California sent 15. Michael Kennedy sent me another $25. Thank you, Michael. I've had a busy week. I will have done 5 video shoots in the next 5 days. This is going to be crazy. All right. Well, we're going to go on. Enough of the gum flapping. Let's go on in and check this place out.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right. But as you see, there is no shortage of awards here at Jack Fry's. And it's just like a museum you come into of old Louisville pictures going back to the days of when it opened 90 years ago. Just wall-to-wall history here. There's a 37 flood picture over there. And then I'm going to try not to show anybody, but I got this back cozy booth over here where the former owners, Jack and Flossie Fry, are up here. Of course, Flossie was back in the kitchen. Jack ran the bar, And as I said in the intro, he was a colorful character where it was known that you could place a bet or have a little nip of alcohol in the back room back during Prohibition. Quick show of the front room. There's the original bar. I'll not show anybody, but I have to show the bar. This is the original bar from back in the 1930s. No shortage of high-end bourbons. And as you see, more awards. All right, we have our server, Michael. Go ahead, take it away.
Two of my favorite photos are right here in front of us. We have this one where we have Jack Fry and Flossie celebrating after a winning Kentucky Derby event. It's one of my favorite photos because it kind of shows us how we originated. It is still the original bar, and there are some of these photos still hanging. We opened up in 1933, the same year that Prohibition ended. And there are stories that speculate that, it's convenient or, just right at the right time. But, we did some operations pre, during, and after Prohibition. And that's kind of how we got our name.
I also love these ornate ceilings. And everything is original here, like it was 90 years ago when Jack Fry owned it. I mean, very little has changed. You have the ornate ceilings, all the memorabilia. There's a lot more pictures that have stories behind them. Hopefully I can get our server to tell me more about that in a little bit. Hey. Appetizers are here.
All right, gentlemen, for us to enjoy tonight, we have our classic signature, the fried oysters with the Weissenberger grits and the country ham. Along with that, this is our new addition to the menu. Very proud of this one, the tomato and artichoke tart.
Wow. Artichoke and tomato tart.
Did you order?
I think that's the first time I ever said that word tart before. But anyway, can you go ahead and describe that?
And a very buttery, flaky pastry, but it's the spinach Marnay sauce that is going to be the critically acclaimed component of that. A lot of people are raving about that spinach Marnay. It's kind of brings it all together. And this is the country ham with the Weissenberger grits coming out of Midway, Kentucky.
That looks good.
And they still use an authentic stone mill ground to get those grits, that nice creamy texture.
Wow, and those oysters, those look nice too.
Breaded in-house with just a little touch of cayenne pepper. Nice.
I'm gonna give you a compliment. Can I?
Yes,
This
go ahead.
guy, you advertise and critique everything perfect.
Well, that's what a server does.
Not that's what some servers do.
I like to try to bring some level of objectivity, but also humanize the craft the best I can.
Let me tell you something. By the time he gets done describing, and then when you see the plating of the food, it's like artwork. And like I said, by the time he gets done describing, I'm ready to drop kick somebody. I'm so hungry wanting to eat some of this stuff.
Well, that being said, while things are still warm, enjoy it. Those are the crispy Vidalia onions, the marinated artichoke, and blistered cherry tomatoes.
All right.
So you'll enjoy.
Thank you. Artichoke tomato tart. Oh, man. And that pastry, I could already tell by when I cut into it, it was so soft. I didn't need a knife. Look at how flaky it is. Mmm. I swear the pastry literally melted in my mouth. Todd, you got to try this.
No, I can't.
Why can't you?
I don't like artichokes.
Oh,
Enjoy.
unbelievable.
Enjoy.
Unbelievable. Now let me try it with everything together.
We played the games that people play. We made our mistakes along the way.
My first flavor intoxication moment, and it's my first item. I think there's going to be a lot of Lionel Richie in this episode here. All right, now let's move along to this fried oyster with Weissenberger grits. Man, this looks so fancy.
That's because.
And like I said, the plating
you know, the food's great and everything, but when you go to a fancy restaurant and the way they plate things, it builds an anticipation to where it actually even makes the food taste better because of the way it's presented.
You're once, twice, 3 times a lady, and I love.
I think that was the best fried oyster I ever had. Not even fronting. Now, as good as that was, and I hope the chef does not get offended, but I am still going to accentuate with grace. Now, let's try this. The chef that made the tomato and onion tart or artichoke tart, he was a chef they brought in recently from, what was that restaurant name that he was talking about downtown that the chef used to work at?
Wilshire.
Wilshire. Brought his craft here, kind of gave him another little personality back there in the kitchen. Saved by grace. All right. Now I'm going to try a nice size bite with the grits. I'm telling you, this is incredible.
Because I'm truly in love with you, girl.
Todd, you got to try one of these oysters. It's unbelievable. Get a whole oyster and get the grits on there with it.
That's bacon too, by the way.
You sure about that?
Right here.
Okay. Come on, Todd. Put the grits and the thing all together. There you go. You get the full cranial flavor burst. Tell me, Todd, is that not one of the best oysters you ever had in your life?
Unbelievable.
We're getting in the holiday spirit here at Blissful Relaxation. We have the gifts you need for those hard to buy for people. You know the ones we're talking about. Moms, dads, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. The list goes on and on. From floats to fire and ice, we have everything you need for the holiday season. Go to blissfulrelaxationfloat.com and sign up for our newsletter and text message notifications to stay up to date with us.
It's going to be hard to top this.
I'm gonna do your.
Yeah, flavor intoxication moment, Todd. There you
Whoa.
go. Have you ever had anything like that before?
No, and I love grits. And that with that bacon, and I think they put them. Is that a butter sauce?
Yeah, it is butter.
That looks perfect.
It is perfect.
It
I'm
did.
getting this last oyster here accentuated with grace.
So many dreams that flew away. So many words we didn't say. 2 people lost in a storm. Where
I don't have words.
Where'd we go?
I don't think the chef's going to be offended when he sees this plate.
No, you don't think.
The other one's going to look just like it here shortly. We wouldn't want to offend the chef. Okay, I just got a description from the general manager on this Cobb salad, and it was a thing of beauty. It was layered, and he explained everything in depth. Todd, go ahead. You describe it. You can remember what he said.
Well, Barry, you know me. And I said, well, this is okay. No, this is a work of art. This is fascinating.
Oh, and I see you got your onion there. You asked for extra onion.
Definitely.
And it does have the blue cheese crumbles that were layered on the top. What kind of dressing came on that?
Vinaigrette and I don't know what the blue cheese. blue cheese crumbles. Right?
The blue cheese crumbles, but I remember there was another main dressing on there that's drizzled on top of that chicken. Looks great. What is the dressing on the Cobb besides the blue cheese crumbles?
Basil Dijon vinaigrette.
Basil Dijon vinaigrette. There we go. I was trying to get him to remember. I couldn't remember. But, all
Definitely
right.
more floral with the basil, less acidity with the vinaigrette. The lunch
Okay.
menu are house cannelloni. To be filled with a braised pulled pork, topped with a little butternut squash and sage cream sauce. That's a fontina cheese that is bruleed over top. It's some crispy sage.
All right. Once
Thank you so
again,
much.
you come through in the clutch.
I appreciate you
Appreciate
all coming
it.
in. We've been open up since 1933, so we're always appreciative of people coming into Jack
All
Fry's.
right. Look at this. This is artwork. I hate to even bite in, but you know how it is. Fat guy's got to do what a fat guy's got to do. Oh, I can hear Lionel Richie in the back of my mind. I haven't even taken a bite yet.
You will always be my endless love.
All that pork, the braised pork, everything, the basil, all the flavors just come together. It's just like music, the way it comes together. It's like a 4-part harmony singing and a break dance going off in the roof of my mouth.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Todd, you mind if I take a bite of your salad? Looks so good, I can't help myself. All right, I'm going to show you what I learned in biology class. I'm going to dissect this. This is so good. I got to see what is inside here. Oh, wow. Look how everything is perfectly layered and wrapped with different layers. 2 different layers of cannelloni pasta. And that braised pork, along with the fresh basil. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all know what's coming. I'm going to accentuate. I gotta get the perfect bite. I'm even going Cabbage Patch on that one. I'm glad they got us here in the very back. I'm sure all these other people in here, pretty upscale, fancy. They think we're just a couple of hillbillies back here. You ain't getting away. All right, I'm coming down the stretch here. Todd looks like he's wrapping things up. Hey, Todd, you mind if I take another bite of your salad? I need to get some of your chicken here. All right, Todd, tell me about yours.
Well, Barry, I got it in my tooth. Hold on.
That's a good all move.
The chicken was excellent. I think that they put that vinaigrette dressing on top of it, and it's not too much. It's perfect. The salad was excellent.
Okay. I'll be back momentarily. I got to get a double in there. The first bite, the scientific method, the first bite goes in, pushes back into the rear of the palate. Then the second burst, the flavor comes in and you get that full cranial burst of flavor. There is scientific method to the double snap and turtle move. Well, heck with it. We'll shut down with a little diet. And you notice their Diet Cokes come in crystal goblets. Like the dinner table at Leave It to Beaver. They used to drink their milk out of those crystal goblets. We just ordered dessert. And I'm actually going to do something I don't think I've ever done before. I'm going to drink a cappuccino with my dessert. Would you just get regular coffee?
Coffee.
Cappuccino.
Like a French person.
Cobbler is one of my favorite desserts to offer. We have a rotating fruit option daily, but it's going to be featuring a biscuit topping and a scoop of vanilla ice cream coming from Louisville Creamery.
Okay. And you say the biscuit topping? Mm-hmm. That's the crust I was asking about. Yeah, that's actually a crust there. Okay. Okay, it is a biscuit. I see now. Okay. All right. Have you tried yours? Your fancy ice cream? What was that?
Pecan praline.
Pecan praline.
It's got a good taste to it.
Very good. And that is also coming from Louisville Creamery, just off of Market Street downtown.
So I wasn't even going to get dessert, but he started talking about creme brulee and all this stuff. I was about ready to get some creme brulee, but then he said cobbler. And y'all know the stories I've told about my grandma Goodall making blackberry cobbler. Well, this is not blackberry. It's mixed berry with cranberry strawberry with vanilla ice cream. And you know how I like to let the ice cream kind of partially melt before I start. This ain't Grandma Goodall quality, by the way, but it's pretty daggone good. And let me wash it down with a little. I like this, cappuccino that I've had before is usually really sweet, like overly sweet, filled with sugar. This one's not like that. So these two kind of offset each other off really well. The really good sweetness here of the cobbler and chase down very good. Once again, the chef will not be disappointed. I finally got to get out here to the front part because it's after closing. They close at 2:30 during lunch. So I have the whole front to myself now. Michael's going to tell us about some of the interesting photographs and some of the history here. Michael, take it away.
Very good. And thank you all again for joining us today. This is the original restaurant. This part of the restaurant bar, when it was once opened in 1933, considered just a sportsman bar featuring just bourbon, burgers, and beer. This is the original bar as is. And some of my favorite photos still hang from behind the bar at that original date. We have Jack Fry holding the winning Kentucky Derby ticket.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie was just telling us back there the Derby story. If you see him, he's holding 2 winning tickets from the Derby. And that is where he got the put-up money
Exactly.
to open this place. Yeah, I was interested in that part of the story. But go ahead, Michael.
Along with that, next to that, this is Joe Paganelli, one of Jack Fry's boxers that he endorsed, but also known as his bouncer when this place was once a speakeasy and operations for booking and bets. he was here as the muscle.
I can tell this is one of the places I would have been hanging out back in them days. All right. And what are some of the other more interesting pictures here?
A classic St. X male high school football headline. Some of our previous owners, Miss Susan Seiler.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Back in the glory days of manual and mail. Yeah. Okay. And what is this, the part of his whole family?
I can't see. Actually, that is Jack Fry's wife, Flo, or known as Flossie. Those are just some of her grandchildren.
Oh, wow. I mean, this should be a museum. I'm sure one day these pictures will end up in a museum. All right. Any other? I heard you talking about Muhammad Ali and a piano picture.
Over here, where there once used to be a cigarette machine, is where we have our grand piano. And just about where you're standing is where Muhammad Ali is standing in this photo.
Oh, yeah, the greatest. Okay.
And one of my personal favorites, an old staff photo.
Oh. About what year does that go back to?
We're looking at...
Well, I'm not trying to age
Exactly,
anybody.
I'm going to say late 90s, early 2000s at the absolute late earliest. But that is going to be our current owner, Stephanie Meeks.
Wow. Was she like Miss Kentucky or something?
This was our chef at the time. His name was Sean Ward, a previous Louisville local chef legend.
Wow.
But at the time, just one of the, linemen, but this is Duncan Williams, our current executive chef.
Oh,
Very
okay.
proud of that he's stayed with us on our team since then and is now our executive chef.
Okay, now that it's emptied out, I'm going to give you the full view here. That's the back dining room, which I sat in. This is the original front dining room. Okay, we did have some guests that stuck around, and we were talking a minute ago. They used to come in my parents' old restaurant, Goodall's Country Store, and they knew that place well. The young lady here, what's your name?
Kate.
Kate lives on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, and it's very nice to meet you all. And your name?
My name's Joan McGregor.
Joan McGregor?
I'm Shay Jones.
Okay.
And I used to come here as a child with my dad and come in the front door. And we'd come in the front door and all they served were hot dogs and chili and hamburgers. And that was all that they had here.
Again, sounds like my kind of joint. Come in, get you a hot dog, a hamburger, bet the daily double on the horses.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And my dad would have a bourbon.
Oh, yeah. Finish it off with a good old bourbon. All right. Well, that pretty much sums it up. You've been, like I said, wonderful. It's great meeting you folks. You definitely got to get in here. They close. They have lunch 11 to 2:30 and dinner from 5 till
10 on the weekdays, 11 on the weekends.
Okay. And with that, y'all don't know nothing about this Jack Fry's.
Hope to see y'all soon.
All right.
Now you know the facts of why I'm on a mission. You're always welcome back to Goodall's Country Kitchen.